I'll be racking RWBY Ice Queendom, episode 12. I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's up, so I'll give it like number 584. And now, I'll be starting off my reaction in 1, 0, go. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, I'm stoked. Aw, isn't that cute just seeing them just peacefully chill out? I'm didn't actually take Ying for a video gamer, but that's cool. I mean, hell, she ended up, if you ask me, one of the best possible teams, if you ask me. Yeah, that's what I love to hear. Aw. Damn, if I really got to play video games with Yang. I love that body face. I actually wanted to see more of that throughout the series. I've never seen more comfy moments like this. And you know what? I'd say she's doing her best at being an ideal team. Oh, she is playing. Aww. That's adorable. She did, though. I mean, then again, I guess I can see why she'd say that, because it was also Yang and Blake that helped out truckloads, too. I mean, which thankfully, she's actually getting the hang of that pretty easily. These two sometimes argue like a bickering couple. Ha! Okay, yeah, you know, that's fair. That is actually fair. She's grown a lot. It takes someone mature to admit they're when they have fault, especially when it's Prophet's Blake. Yes, finally. No. Hey, you know, it's actually a good motto. That's true. She is never gonna live that down. And I had a feeling she would never live that down, because I even thought that while reacting to episode 11. Man, that's the positive thing at the whole end of the day. Oh. Kind of like giving little bits of animation when they're dropping things on the cup there. When it comes, at least with what looks like to be sugar cubes. It's a cute little animation there, if you ask me. Chapter 12, best day of all. I wonder what it means. Are they going to okay, no, I don't think it's going to be graduation straight up. I'm guessing this means we're just going to see an episode with all of them just having fun, which, you know what? They deserve it after all the bullshit they went through. Kind of like getting a little bit more into the inner workings of those abilities. All right, that's actually pretty cool to see what she actually got from it. Which are gonna make that is all badass ability as far as semblances go. I mean, hey, in a way, that's a subtle compliment, though. So it can be that Bad, all things considered. Damn, fucking John. It almost always feels like he's thrown under the bus. Yo, I would love to see that. Them actually getting on like a big high stakes action. Oh man, that'd be epic. Because the only time we really got to see them in our girls in high stakes action without any safeguards was essentially just in episodes 10 and 11 when they only had the one last shot to save Weiss, and episodes 1, 2, and 3, and that's about it. So I hope if this, and I really do hope this gets a season 2, but I hope if it does get a season 2, we can Sam face things with a lot more danger without any like safety net. Whoa! Who knows? Maybe he's going to transfer the leadership role? I have no fucking clue. That's my guess. I mean, time will tell, though. She'll be worthy of it eventually, though. Okay. Some deeper questions now. Hell yeah. I love it whenever she never misses an opportunity giving credit to her friends. That's the selflessness I like I love in RWBY. Yo, considering how much they're building this up, I really hope we get a season 2. Because at least when it comes to RWBY, we haven't seen. I mean, we've seen a good deal of her power, but probably just barely even scrapped the surface of her potential. While we've at the very least seen a good deal of Weiss and Blake when it comes to capabilities. Who knows, man? It's going to be something uncomfortable. When I get the feeling it's going to be a really dicey conversation. Or who knows? Maybe I'm being too negative. Oh, shit, never mind. Okay. Our girl's getting praise. Well-deserved praise. Still, though, she went above Call of Duty, if you ask me. Well, considering Blake's back, when we can see why she. Oh, thankfully there isn't. Because we all know she has loads of on the field experience to make up for that. I wonder if also accepts people with like certain backgrounds though. Oh! Yo! Okay. How much does this guy know? Holy shit. I mean, I could see why a girl would be having paranoia though, Blake, considering how she was raised. That's a damn good point. I mean, look at Weiss. It took her a while to fully accept Blake. And she is right. Hey, that's fair. Yeah, I'd say it took a few years for a girl to realize who she fully is, from a personality standpoint and identity standpoint. Hmm. Damn, I love the implications here. Showing us that if Blake were to go do anything dicey, he would he wouldn't hesitate in doing what needs to be done to keep the peace. I kind of like that because this conversation gave him loads of characterization in a small amount of time. Honestly, at points the conversation felt like a freaking interrogation. But most people wouldn't be open minded. Yeah, exactly. That's a damn good point. And you know what I love about this? Oh, that's so fucking cute. Okay, I think Waze is starting to become one of my favorite characters now because to see that she'd be willing to bat for a girl if she needs to is fucking beautiful. Hey, she wouldn't do that at that point. At this point. Oh. Oh. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure a girl wouldn't say no to that. I think anyone would remember that. Well, yeah, because our girl was on the receiving end of losing. No, seriously, this episode truly has some. Damn, this episode has immense voice is my fave, man. She's a fucking adorbs. How can a girl handle that much pancakes? Holy shit! My body would be crashing if I ate that much. She was. I mean, thankfully she had nothing to worry about. She was instant, well, not instantly accepted, but she was accepted after she worked hard. Whoa! Damn! Our girl's become quite the conversationalist. Not that I mind this one bit. Hell yeah! Hmm. I like that main son. Damn, that's cold. Just saying, are you always alone? I won't. Yeah, when do I see more varied character designs? Hell yeah! That is actually true. And plus, Blake's her friend, so she's opened herself up now to the Faunus. At least getting to want to know them individually, anyway. I love this. How you can even tell Weiss is becoming really protective of Blake now. That's adorable. Damn, this guy's a fucking badass. I like him. Haughty ladies or haughty dudes, though? I wouldn't mind either way. I would love to see more female characters, but at the same time, I'd actually want to see some male characters too for more variety in the series when it comes to character genders. I don't mind either fucking way. Aww. I mean, the team's already awesome, but I guess you need it. I fucking love how RWBY was assuming things. Look at them. Oh man, I swear, the way they teach each other is perfect too. No, she just enjoys being around them, and I don't blame him a lot. I don't blame her one bit. I'm sure Blake will get used to this eventually, though. I like this. You can tell Blake's becoming a little bit more charismatic. That's a nice character progression there. Good. At least you see John training himself up. Because John is kind of like a gag type character. That's why I kind of like this. I mean, why the fuck not? You're only as strong as your weakest link, so they might as well try to make John as strong as possible. I mean, that means he wants to get strong enough so they can protect him one of these days. There's something noble about that. Kind of like how it shows you how each Juniper member is important because they all have their own value, which is nice. What the? I mean, hey, as long as it hurts no one, everything is fine. Why does she point out why specifically? I kind of wish we got to see more of the skull moments, though. Feels a little bit rushed here. Still a fun episode. Well, this is why I kind of wish they rushed through some of the... No, not rush. I wish the Nightmare stuff was a little bit quicker. Because I would love to have seen more things regarding, skull stuff. Because this is fun! Like, look at this! This, to me, is more entertaining than some of the middle episodes of the series. Oh! This stuff. Oh! Food fight now. Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to get a big-ass food fight. Oh. Oh, shit. Lens flare. We're going to get an epic food fight, aren't we? Hell yeah! Oh. Ha! At least you got Nora back. Oh, they're gonna be in trouble. Junior Pro. Oh, okay. I like how they use so much budget for this. But you know what? This is nice. This is actually funner than actually some of the fights in this series. So I'm actually I'm actually happy. This is what they use. I don't think I've ever seen an animated food fight look this epic. Holy shit. I mean, I guess there's Bensa, but they were just fighting for the sake of food, not that they were using food as a weapon. So that doesn't count. But damn, if one of those veggies would have hit someone's eye, it could have fucking caused a bruise. Ruby, our girl, she's really wise, nice. I love this. How she as a leader had her partners, one of her teammates' backs. That's nice. Her semblance. What? Holy! Damn, you got bitch the fuck out. Oh. Jeez. You know, you would think RWBY would have the advantage over Juniper, considering Juniper has John as a weak point. But never mind, Juniper ain't no. Oh shit. Okay, that is some of the best animation like the whole series. Holy. Okay, that's stylish. Gorgeous. Oh my. I feel like you can take any of these like pictures and use them as like a screensaver or even like a poster frame. Like, look at that good. All right. This was fan-fucking-tastic. This is honestly one of the best episodes of the series. I'm like, yes, was it rushed? Yeah, it was. I would have loved to have seen a little bit more of the semester that they were going through, because they even said it straight up in the episode that the semester ended. I'm like, wait, what? But still, despite it being a little bit too fast-paced for my liking, I'm going to give this episode straight up a 9 out of 10. It was utterly fantastic. For one, it was nice getting to see in this episode a lot of emotional moments, like Blake and Weiss essentially both asserting to each other that they're going to have each other's blacks. That was beautiful. And I even love how it builds up potential plot points too, like Ruby's potential and how Weiss is not going to overlook the corruption of the company and things like that. It shows me how detail-oriented the series is. I love the character moment for Weiss where if, say, anyone's going to try anything against Blake, she's going to have her back. That's cute. And that if she ever needs help in the future, she will ask help from Blake. That's a lot of maturity for her, and how Blake's become a little bit more outgoing, like how she willingly chose to play video games with Yang and things like that. We're seeing RWBY act more as a leader too. That was nice. Like when she helped shield Weiss during the food fight, the animation was super gorgeous with the food fight animation. Oh my, voice acting was fantastic. And that's why it's a 9 out of 10 caliber episode for me. A lot of memory, I believe the human spirit is not. If you endure to achieve, it will be happen, given resolve. Oh yeah, from the creator. Oh, Ayn Lee. Oh, that illustration's so damn good. I love it. All right, I gotta admit, this last episode, holy fuck. Because before this last episode, I was like, this series is okay. With this last episode, I'm like, okay. It's a little bit better than okay. So if I had to rate this series on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, I gotta say, this series, straight up, I'm gonna give it a rating of a 6 out of 10 for above average, because on my scale, 1 is abysmal, 5 is average, and 10 is exceptional. And let me explain why I think it's a bit above average. Oh, and for those of you wondering, it has the potential to go up to a 6.5 out of 10 if it gets a season 2 announcement, or even a 7 out of 10, depending on how ultra badass season 2 is. And it could also potentially go down to season 2 as a dumpster fire. But, yeah, this is why I thought this series is above average. For one, I love the dynamic between the girls because it was nice getting to see conflict. Like, for example, Weiss accepting Blake for who she was. And not just that, but it was nice getting to see Blake deal with the fact that she was a faunus throughout the series and how it affected her in bits and pieces in the series. That was nice. And I even love the whole conflict that Ruby had to go through with wondering how to do, given the fact that she's put in a leadership role despite being so young. I love how almost every character went through conflict in some way, shape, and form, except for Yang. But considering this series only had 12 episodes to work with, I can understand why they wouldn't be able to give that much towards Yang. It's perfectly understandable. So, not really going to blame them there. And aside from that, the conflict being engaging, I got to say, when the series really tried hard visually, like episodes 1, 2, 3, 11 in this episode, all that was an absolutely really cool. And that's why I thought it was entertaining. I even love how when they had the Weiss nightmare dream sequences stuff, like when they were in their dream realm, it was all relevant stuff towards Weiss's psyche. I'd say the only downside narratively to the series, though, is the fact that they spent so much time in the nightmare dream sequences involving Weiss that this series didn't have any time, unfortunately, for more Academy Live sequences, because literally just seeing this episode straight up, it's like, holy cow, this episode straight up was fantastic, and it reminds me of what could have been, and I'm like, well, shit. If this series would have hurried itself up overall, and if it would have utilized a bit more for the school time sequences, this series could have been really, really fucking good. But unfortunately, it lost its sense of direction in the middle when it focused again on so many dream and nightmare sequences that involved Weiss. That's why even though I enjoyed the series, it had negatives to it. But in saying that, I still enjoyed it. But this series, Abilana, I said it wasn't messy in a few places, unfortunately. And it's sad to say because, honestly, the first 3 episodes of this season were like, holy cow, holy shit, amazing, that it felt like this series had potential to be anime of the season, but it didn't live up to that potential, unfortunately. But I still enjoyed it, though. That's why I'll still give it a bit of above average grade, because I did enjoy this anime significantly more than some of the other anime this season. And while I'd hesitate to say this is my top 10 anime of the season, it's definitely not my bottom 5. That's for sure. And yeah, that's how I feel about the script writing. As for the characters, I like them. I like how Weiss was a little bit hardcore, but then it explained why when we got to see her insights into her mind, like seeing how her parents never want to play with her. They never really show it, well, at least her father didn't show much compassion and all that kind of jazz. It was a nice way of showing off why Weiss is the way she was. So from a character standpoint, they did a great job in characterizing Weiss and giving her character development, because I love how at the end of the series, she's a lot more happier now, like with things that embarrass her, but then things that she'll stand out for, because now she'll stand up for people like Blake. I like the character development for Blake, how she went from not being so close to people to eventually getting close to everyone, specifically Weiss. That was a nice surprise. RWBY, I guess at the end of the day, they could have done a little bit more with RWBY, but at the very least, she became a little bit more competent in the series. Yeah, she didn't go through the metamorphosis of, say, Weiss or Blake, but she had moments. As for Yang was probably the one that, if I had to be honest, was a bit underutilized. Yang was the only one where I felt she was a fun character, but She didn't have that massive amounts of character development like, say, Wace, Ruby, or Blake. Juniper, though, some of the Juniper characters, like John, were a joke, though. It's like they hyped him up that he was going to help out, but when you have characters like Juniper, it's like, I'm like, come on, brah. They could have done so much more with characters like John. So there were a few things that were disappointing here and there. And here's another thing that keeps this series from getting super high marks from me too, despite me enjoying it. The animation quality was really fantastic for episodes 1, 2, 3, 11, and 12. But for all the other episodes, it was like, kind of killed a little bit of the coolness factor for me, if you ask me. And that's what kind of kills the series a little bit for me, because it's like, how can I enjoy the action if the action looks mediocre in so many instances in the series, you know? So that's the things that keep this series from being super high for me. And at the end of the day, the series is still inconclusive. Like, this feels like it really needs a season 2 for more plot beats in order to resolve a lot of things like Ruby's potential, Wace and how she's going to deal with her company, Blake and how she's going to deal with the fact that some people are biased against her people. Things like that. There's so many things that are just there that are going to need to be resolved. This series is going to truly feel complete. So that's why I can't really give it super high marks. Like, I enjoyed the series overall. And objectively speaking, if someone were to say this series is trash, I wouldn't blame them either. But at the same time, though, I enjoyed the series, though. Overall, I've really, really enjoyed it. But it's just that it had too many weaknesses, though, for me to be giving it any super high grades, though. Like, I just can't ignore all the problems. And I'd say the only thing that was consistent, though, it was actually the voice acting. Voice acting was great. The music was great. I have no complaints there. And that's overall, if I had to rate the series, I got to give it a score of 6 out of 10 for slightly above average. Because I can't say it's the creme and a creme among the season. Like, there's no way in hell this is as good as Cyberpunk Edge Runners. There's no way in hell this is as good as Lacrosse Recoil from an action standpoint. There is no way in fucking hell this is going to be as... No, this is no way. This is, like, not even as good as Bastard. So already you got, like, 3 creme and creme action series. Well, I'd say Lacrosse Recoil and Cyberpunk are creme de creme. And Bastards... that one's above average. This series does not crack those 3. Then you've even got anime like The Latest Party Pretty Cure and Dragon Quest Adventure. I died at long runners. And those are long runners. And they kick the ass out of this series visually, too. So that's 2. No, Digimon Ghost Game, like, viciously also kicks the series ass visually. And that's an action long-running series done by Studio Toei. So that's, give or take, 6 action anime off the top of my head that surpassed the series visually week by week in the same genre. Oh, Engage Kiss. Engage Kiss just murderizes the series visually. So that's 7. You know, I'll even look at my reaction profile. I'll just look at what I reacted to the week, and I don't even have to. I'll just see whatever action in a way like surpassed this visually. Just to I make sure I'm covering all my bases and not talking absolutely out of my ass. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Summertime Rendering. That's another one. 8. So that's 8 action anime. Shit. I might have to actually contemplate lowering my score a little bit, because that's like literally 8 action anime this season that do things better than RWBY. That's like 8 of them. Straight up 8. Holy cow. Shine on Bakumatsu Bad Boys. But that, okay. Actually, no. You know what? This series is not as consistently animated as Shine On, but I'll give it credit over Shine On Bakumatsu Bad Boys. This series, at least, yeah, may not be consistent like Shine On, but it looks better overall than that series. So, yeah. Literally, since I want you to know the thing went on spin-off action anime, that's literally... Oh! No, there was Tensei Kenja no Isekai Life. Dai 2 no Shokigi wa Eti. No, that's 9. Straight up, that's 9. That's literally 9 action anime this season that straight up, pound for pound. I'm not even shitting you. 9 action anime this season, pound for pound, look better than RWBY. I'm not even shitting y'all. Because I watched all these anime too. So yeah, that's 9. You know what? I'm going to have to drop my score a bit because from an action anime standpoint, that's basically 9 series that look better than RWBY. Holy fucking shit. And those are action too, like same genre. So, you know what? I retract my 6 out of 10 score. If I had to rate this series overall on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, it's a 5 out of 10. I got to drop it a bit because it's still average, but literally, this anime, since about a good portion of the anime are action anime, there are so many action anime this season that beat it. Oh! No, 9! Because there's also 9 of the Zodiac Saint Seiya season 2, the CGI series. No, that's 9 now. That's literally 9 action anime, and just this season alone, that I can safely say are more better, consistently, visually produced than this series. Like 9. So, yeah, I can't even say RWBY is better than a lot of its contemporaries visually. And of those 9, 3 of them are long runners: Digimon Ghost Game, Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai, and Delicious Party Pretty Cure. 3 of those are long runners. And from a consistent standpoint, they look better than RWBY. So, yeah. Because thinking about it, it's like, okay, this series is fun, but it's like, holy shit. It's not doing as well as its contemporaries. But so, yeah. That's why, looking at the whole, what came out this season, yeah, this series, at least action-wise, it doesn't really stack up that well. Save for, again, episodes 1, 2, 3, 11, and 12, but I have to think of the whole series as a whole. I can't just think of the fucking highs. And, yeah. Because think about it, it's like, yeah, I can't ignore all these other anime that put in so much effort. And, yeah, that's essentially it. I'm only going to bump this score up to, like, again, a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10, or even a potentially a 7 out of 10 if it gets a season 2. If it gets a season 2, it'll instantly go up to a 5.5 out of 10. If it's decent quality, then I'll get 6 out of 10. And if it's absolutely amazing, it's a 7 out of 10. But yeah, thinking about it, yeah, this series, just looking at what also came out, this series, well, yes, I had fun. It just doesn't stack up to some of the other stuff that came out this season, unfortunately. Not saying this is the worst looking action anime. This still looks better than some of the other action anime, like, say, I'll give it over Shine On, because while Shine On looks consistently better, the highs don't surpass the highs of RWBY. But this series does look better than Orient. I'll give it credit for that. It surpasses Orient visually. This series is better than Hammer in the Hammer series, the Lucifer and the Hammer Biscuit. So that's 3. I'd say this series does surpass Ninjala in action animation, because Ninjala is also another action anime that's a long runner. It beats that. This series, I'd say, even beats Cap. No, I can't count Cap because that's a sports anime. This series, also to its credit, does beat out visually. It's skipping my mind, but The Devil is a Part-Timer. This series does surpass that, and this series does surpass Harmon, the Labyrinth in the World, and this series does surpass Black Summoner. And I'd say this series even surpasses Tokyo Mew Mew's highs. And it doesn't, it may have lower lows than Tokyo Mew Mew New, but it surpasses its high points. So yeah, outside of the action anime this season, this series is this series is above 9 of them. This series is above 8 of them, but below line them. So yeah, literally RWBY, if I were just to say from an action standpoint, it's pretty much average. Average. I mean, not terrible, but literally this series is like in the middle. Oh shit. Now that I like just look at all the action I'm watching this season that are currently airing too. Mind you, this is all the stuff that have either released this season or are airing. So yeah, that's how I come on my score of a 5 out of 10. When I take into consideration everything that released during the airing of RWBY, and also take into consideration that there's no season 2. But if it gets a season 2, again, it could go up to a 5.5, a 6, or even a 7 out of 10, but just depends on if it gets more. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and also be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And I hope y'all have a great day now, everyone. And thank you so much for watching my video, everyone. Bye-bye, y'all.